All right, I have a new unboxing of something today, and this is something I wanted to get for quite some time. You know, it's something that people really don't get anymore nowadays. I would say 20 years ago, 15 years ago, this was something like this, and this genre was kind of popular. Not so much anymore. And what I got another Taurus G2C. Let me pull this chamber flag out here. Rip this sticker off. So, G2C. You might be thinking, well, you already got a G2C. That's an identical pistol. This one's in 40 Smith & Wesson. This one's a 9mm. So a 40 Smith & Wesson G2C. I know they have G3Cs now, but I wanted to stay consistent because I'm really used to the G2C. And what I liked about this is it's been reliable. I haven't really had any issues with it. I really like the mag releases, that they are tiny and they are hard to accidentally hit. Because if you have someone with slightly large hands, it doesn't matter what you do. Any squeeze is always pushing on mag releases that are big. So having one that's small is a nice thing for me anyway. So 40 Smith & Wesson's an interesting cartridge. If you didn't know, they started with the 10mm, but the reason why 40 Smith & Wesson has a flat nose is because they were trying to make the cartridge the same overall length as a 9mm, so that they could put a larger caliber in a 9mm size frame where, you know, it's not going to get bigger this way. If they would have kept it with a round nose, it would have been longer, like a 45 auto, and they would have to go up to the next frame size up. So enough rambling with that. I want to do my first shots with these and see how they feel for me. And I want to directly compare it to my G2C in 9mm, because a lot of people say that 40 Smith & Wesson is super snappy to shoot. I want to see for myself if that's true, how snappy it is. I do know in my 5-inch barrel, I have two almost identical pistols with 9mm, one in 9mm, one in 40, and Smith & Wesson MMPs. And I don't really feel a difference in recoil. I do notice slight muzzle rise increase with 40 Smith & Wesson. So I'm really curious to what we'll get here. So I bought some Blazer brass 40 Smith & Wesson 180 grain, and same thing, Blazer brass 124 grain full metal jacket with their 9mm. So I'm gonna load up these magazines and take my first shots and see what I get with these. All right, so I came back 7 yards from the target. I have two targets up there, right and left. And I want to shoot my 9mm to get warmed up with, see how this feels for me. And then I'll shoot the 40, which is basically the identical pistol. See if there's really a difference in felt recoil for me and all that. Practical accuracy. So 9mm, I'll just go for the target on the right with this, see what I get from 7 yards. All right, so I started popping them off, but you saw the first few shots had pretty good accuracy. By the way, the 9mm version is a 12+1 capacity. The 40 Smith & Wesson is a 10+1, but I had a really hard time loading these magazines. I got 9 in one of them and 10 in the other one. So this has not been cleaned or broken in at all, so it's not surprising. That's not good. That's probably just the magazine issue there, where it was very, very stiff. That probably just requires a little bit of a break-in. Interesting. Huh. Got one to barely go in there. I'm not sure what the issues are with that. So target over here on our left, I'll shoot slower with this, see what kind of accuracy I can get. All right, not too bad. It looks like I pulled one. Let me load up some more. I'll go back to 9mm, then go up to 40 and see how they continue to shoot for me. Just out of curiosity, what would happen if I put a 9mm mag in this? And I do have it set up so it doesn't accept it. That's good. It goes in barely, but it looks like the frame is just slightly bigger. And it doesn't quite catch. that time that loaded. And our 9mm here. Swap out these mags. We'll do some more 9mm over there on the target on the right. So. Trying to get a feel for the follow-up shots and recoil there. So 40 Smith & Wesson, let's see how this does. Well, the magazine nose dive jammed down in there. Wow, it's a stiff magazine problem, I think, here. This is going to take a little bit of breaking in period and cleaning before it's probably going to be right. It's doing that same thing there. They're all kind of dove down. There we go. Keep going. Hey, I got it going that time. The first one, it didn't work. Time the mag dropped out. Well, now I can't get the mag out. All right, keep going. I don't know why the mag's falling out. I'm not hitting the mag release. Get my thumb up. Yeah, that time I did not hit the mag release, I don't believe, and it came out. Interesting. So let me move on to shooting at the steel. I want to see what kind of practical accuracy I can get with these and just quick shootability, see if there's a difference here with that 40 caliber. This thing's going to need probably some cleaning and working on to get this thing going right. But I like to show what I get right off the bat, and you get what you get. So let me load up, we'll shoot at the steel. All right, so loading up this ammo. I'm used to this 9mm Taurus. And, you push those rounds in and it's very spongy. It's got enough force to push them up, but it's fine. One thing I'm noticing with these 40 caliber mags is it takes a lot of effort to get these in here. It's like something's binding. I can't push it down. I'm not really sure what the issue is. It just takes a lot of force. It's like I got about 5 or 6 in there. I have to push with everything I got, and it still doesn't want to get in there. It says we're at 10 now. That's that 10th one. So we'll start right here. That one went okay. That one went okay. Now it gets hard. I'm in the 5th round, and that is difficult. I think it's just a mag break-in period, because this one, even though I can barely get that 10th one, I don't even think I can get the 10th one in. I can only get 9. This one went on a little bit smoother. I think that's what happened last time. And this one is grittier and it holds 10. This one only holds 9. So I just have to leave those in there for a while. So let me finish loading this up, shoot at the steel, see what kind of practical shootability I can get with these. All right, I'm at my favorite distance, my 12-yard target, and I need to get a new T-post. That thing started to crack and fall in half because I hit it so many times with bullets. So I hope it holds up for this. So 9mm, I'm just gonna fire some double taps, just kind of see how that feels for me with the 9mm. Then we'll try out the 40. So 9mm. the best accuracy. I could definitely do a lot better than that. 40 caliber if I can get it loaded. Which I don't appear I can. So it's not looking good for this pistol. There we go. Double tap here. Magazine fell out. Magazine fell out. We're out. Trigger is quite gritty. So why a magazine would fall out is beyond me, because you know, when I unboxed it, I was saying how tiny that is, and it takes a lot more force than typical to get that to release. So when I'm firing it, even with my hand here, there's no reason why that should happen, and I'm not hitting it. If I was hitting it, I'd be able to get it to really pop out like that. You know, grip, grip, grip. So it's not me hitting that. It just happens to be that that is falling out for some reason. So I'll go back to the 9mm, see how it feels for me. Try to rapid fire it. Alright, so on this one. That one loaded, so I think it's a mag issue maybe with that other mag. So I'll have to keep this in my pocket. I'm going to make a mental note of that. So let me see if this falls out. Double tap. That was weird. The trigger felt gritty, and then it just see, it's diving again. Why that would be, I don't know. These type of magazines are pretty simple, so why it would do that doesn't make a whole lot of sense to me. That ain't right. I know a lot of people get on here. Not a lot of people, but a lot of people in the future will get on here and be like, "You're such a limp wrister, buddy," because they got a lot of false information that every semi-auto is 100% reliable. And they're not. I don't know what would cause that. I know I'm repeating the same thing. I'm just baffled by it. Baffled by all of it. Push that in. There we go. Now we're chambered. Alright, so the mag fell out on this one too. That is not good. Let me know if you guys have seen stuff like this before. This is weird to me. And this is what's happened like every other shot. It just drops out. Dropped out without me pushing it. So I was going to back up a little bit for fun to see, you know, what the ballistics are at some distance to see if I could hit anything with this. But I think you've seen enough with this today. My hands are in pain from trying to rack this stuff out and getting pinched, getting sliced, all that stuff. So I was hoping for a much better unboxing than this, because the Taurus G2C I've had, you know, other than regular malfunctions you get from time to time, You know, I've got brass case stuck in this, and it was hard to get out, or I've got just your average, you know, every couple hundred rounds of hollow point, you have an issue, tap, wrap, bang. But this has some serious issues, and you know, I shot my G2C before I cleaned it, and I don't remember really having any issues. So I'm gonna thoroughly clean this thing and take it apart and see if that helps. However, that being said, I can't imagine any reason why the magazine would drop free. It's a very stiff magazine spring in here, I can tell. It's brand new, and for it to pop out really doesn't make a whole lot of sense. It would have to be taken on a lot of force from the top, I would think, to push that down enough to do that, because I just don't see it happening with my hand pushing that accidentally, because the way they line up, I don't even hit it, because you see my thumb is back here, my finger's up here. Even when I push it here, there's not an inward force that can push it. Like, there's nothing that could cause me to push that. And even when I put my hand here, like I often do, there's nothing there that could possibly push that. So that's baffling to me. So Taurus G2C and 40 Smith & Wesson unboxing. It's a good idea, but my initial opinions on this is it doesn't seem very good. So hopefully I can get this running, because I have a whole host of tests planned with it. So that's what you get looking at something like this. So as always, comment, share, and like, and thanks for watching.